The brand new G42 generation of the BMW 2 Series is phenomenal to drive. Even this more economical standard base model 230i. But just how economical is it? Today, we're going to find out. This is Christopher Brower here with Daily Motor, and today we're running the real-world highway fuel economy test on the 2022 BMW 230i rear-wheel drive. Before we get started, let's hop out and take a look around it. Ah yes, the fresh new design on the 2 Series. Quite a controversial look, but it has really grown on me. This is the fourth one of these that I've spent time with and driven now at this point. So the looks overall, not a big deal to me. In fact, I'm really starting to like them. This one in particular is finished in Brooklyn Gray Metallic. Not quite a flat Nardo Gray. There is a little bit of sparkle in this paint. This one's also got the M Sport appearance pack, so slightly larger wheels on this 230i. Speaking of wheels and tires, today we're running on some Pirelli snow tires, so keep that in mind. Once we get to the end figure, it's not going to do quite as well as it would on just the normal summer tires that come on this car from the factory. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So why do we run this test? Well, the EPA's fuel economy test, which gives this 230i 35 MPG on the highway, only averages 48 miles per hour. And we know that people like to actually take their cars on road trips and drive them on the highway. So what we do is go out 50 miles, back 50 miles. Thank you, Focus ST. Averaging 70 miles per hour to get a more real world figure than the EPA test. Few things to note for today. Outside temperature is a freezing 20 degrees Fahrenheit. We'll be running the climate in here at 73 degrees auto. Tires have been pumped up to their door placard indicated 35 PSI and 36 for the rear PSI respectively. Cold, so those are all set to factory settings as well. All right, let's go ahead and hop out and do our first fill. Of course, running 93 octane in this BMW today. A good time. If you're not a Daily Motor member, maybe consider subscribing, as we spend our own hard-earned money to deliver you this precious and valuable content and stand out in 20-degree weather to fill these cars up. So all right, 5.2 gallons in for our first fill. All right, trip computer is reset. Climate control is set to 73 degrees auto. Go ahead and get moving here. Now there are a few different drive modes on this 230i. We've got configurable options for each, but the three basic ones that you need to know: Sport, Comfort, and Eco Pro. Today we're going to be running in Eco Pro mode. We'll go ahead and equip that right now. This is to make sure we are as economical as possible and give this car the best chance to perform to its maximum potential. Something cool about Eco Pro, it actually tracks your best gas mileage up here at the very top of your little gas mileage gauge, so that's pretty neat. All right guys, highway is about a half mile away. I will catch up with you once I am merging on. All right, merging on the highway now behind a fellow BMW. Haha, we travel in pairs. Not actually. Anyways, so the purpose of this test is not to hypermile. I'm not going to be drafting behind this other BMW or doing anything that a Honda Insight driver would normally do. I'm just going to get on the highway and drive. Going to set the cruise control to a GPS indicated 72 miles per hour, just to hopefully average 70 over the entire trip. Again, going to be running this car in Eco Pro mode. I've got no heated seats on, no heated steering wheel, any other accessories like that. I'm just going to be driving normally. See what this 230i is capable of. Go ahead and get up to speed here. BMWs are usually a little bit optimistic with their speedometers. All right, and it looks like 74 indicated is going to be our true GPS 72. All right, we've got our cruise control set. initial impressions on this 230i. It's pretty comfortable. Keep in mind, of course, this is a 2 Series. It's not going to be the most comfortable BMW in the world, but they have made the seats nicer for this new generation. In generations past, like this F30 that's passing me right now, and whatever the body code is for the equivalent 2 Series, the seats were a little bit hard and like stiff, but these are a little bit softer. They feel pretty nice. Wind noise, road noise, also not too bad. Overall, pretty comfortable. They've upgraded the luxuriousness, if that makes sense, for this generation 2 Series. So pretty nice. We do have a form of lane keep assist. It's not a steering assist like you get in a Hyundai or a Kia, but it's there for you to vibrate and give you a little nudge if you need it. Also, correction, it's looking like 73 is going to be our true 72 indicated. So we've got that dialed in now. I'm going to go ahead and get to driving, and I'll catch up with you guys in about 95 miles. Right, and we are wrapping up this real-world highway fuel economy test on this 2022 BMW 230i. Indicated on our cluster right now, we've been averaging 34.5, which isn't too bad considering the weather conditions as well as the fact that we're running on snow tires. So we'll have to see for sure once we get back to the pump, but it's just gone up to 34.7 there. We'll have to see once we get back to the pump how well this car has actually done. Overall highway comfort impressions, it's all right. The actual ride and seat comfort, that's all good. The lane keep assist system it's really not the best. It's honestly kind of pointless. It doesn't really do much. It'll give you a little nudge and vibrate the steering wheel if you're going out of a lane, but I don't know. It's really not the best thing in the world. Also, I don't have radar guided cruise control in this 230i, unless I'm an idiot and can't find it or don't see where the button is. But yeah, I don't think we have any radar guided cruise in this car. So there's only been a couple times where that's been inconvenient. I've had to actually use the brake pedal instead of the car doing it for me. We're so spoiled nowadays with cars just doing everything for us. But I mean, overall, it's a 2 Series. It's an entry-level base model BMW. It's not too bad. It's actually very comfortable, which is what I'm most surprised about. The seat itself, my back's not been hurting or anything like that. So all good stuff there. The Harman Kardon sound system is very good as well. If you're interested in an in-depth tour of that as well as the infotainment system, make sure you check out Charlie's video on that sound system. It's actually a very, very good unit. One of the best Harman Kardon units I've heard in a modern BMW. So good stuff there. Other than that, I like our cluster display here in Eco Pro mode. It's almost like a game trying to beat your high score there for fuel economy. Creeping up on that 35 number. We might be able to achieve that before we get off the highway. 34.8 we're up to now. Oh man. Such efficient little cars these BMWs are. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to finish out my last few miles here, and I will catch back up with you once I am back at the pump. All right, guys, and we are here at the Shell station. Let's go ahead and see how much fuel this 230i burned over the last 102-ish miles. 3.054 gallons in there for our final fill. Almost 3 gallons even. So we know our trip is exactly 102.2 miles. Divide that by our 3.054 gallons of gas that we put into this 230i, and that gives us 33.46 MPG average, pretty close to what the car was indicating. Now there's a couple things to consider here. We're on snow tires, and it's currently 19 degrees out. So on a fair condition day, with the proper tires on this car, it would easily meet its EPA rating, or it's easy to assume that it would. Usually we add about 1 mile per gallon for snow tires, and this cold weather certainly doesn't help either. So around 33.5 MPG, not too bad of a performance. In this car, we have a 13.7 gallon fuel tank, which gives us an effective highway cruising range of 450 miles. Not too bad for a little sports coupe. I would say that this thing performed pretty well today for the conditions that we've thrown at it, having snow tires and it just being absolutely freezing outside, which it's the middle of March, Michigan. Come on, I don't know why it's 19 degrees out. Anyways, that'll wrap it up for us today. A really, really nice, good to drive little car. If you're curious to know more about this new 2 Series, we've got reviews on this car, on the M240i xDrive. We've got a sound system test and a fuel economy test on the M240i as well. So make sure to check those out. They will be linked down below in the description. BMW's done such a good job with this new 2 Series, and I hope you guys have enjoyed watching. All right, everyone. Well, thank you so much for watching. This has been Christopher Brower here with Daily Motor, and as always, drive on.